What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sideline Shenanigans, and a very special episode.
A little bit of a Christmas special, if you will. Not
Yeah.
full Christmas yet. We will have another pod before then. We'll maybe something else a little festive, like our draft, and
yeah. I
keep
think we
your
were
top
talking.
five even.
I believe we were talking about the Christmas movies. And that could be a possible top 7.
Mm-hmm.
As you see above us, we do have very, very nice hoodies.
We do.
Sideline Shenanigan hoodies. Very, very nice. Great gift.
Got the front right here, back right here. I mean, this is a great Christmas gift to start off the early season here.
Hopefully, to see others wearing them as well. Let's get into a big week here.
Week 1 playoffs.
Starting this week.
Week 1 playoffs.
Would you like to talk about your other?
Yeah, so like I've mentioned a couple of times now, it's a 2-week league.
Yep.
Monday night actually kind of killed me last week. They took a 14-point lead on Monday night. I don't remember who they had playing on Monday night last week, but he's also projected to score 120 this week, where I'm only projected to score about 110. So, I mean, I'm already a little outmatched. I'm going to need some really good performances.
This is PPR as well?
This is PPR. I'm going to need Rico Dowdle to take a big step this week. He's kind of been...
we need him too.
He's been a little lackluster the last couple of weeks. I'd really like if Goff had a good game today.
Who are they going against, being Carolina?
New Orleans, so it's very possible that he can just run all over them. They're not really that good of a football team. They do play with some heart. Fortunately, I do have Devontae Adams, so it hurts a little bit as a Lions fan.
It's one of the worst feelings is one of your fantasy players going against your team.
Yeah,
it's
like you need, especially when it's playoffs, you want them to win, but it's like, man,
especially being out of the playoffs right now for both of us,
right?
The Ravens and the Lions,
right?
Every game is crucial.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you got anyone else that you need to have a great week?
I would like if Josh Jacobs got in the end zone a couple of times, even though, kind of the same thing with the Lions here. I really want the Packers to lose, but I mean, as long as Josh Jacobs is the only one scoring there, maybe he gets in the end zone twice and
some yardage.
Yeah, that'd be ideal. George Pickens needs to have a real good game tonight against Minnesota. It's doable.
I think that is very doable. I think they'll have the ball often.
Yeah.
So, but with that being said, I am starting Drake May officially this week. I was going to go Jalen Hurts. I saw the snow. I heard there's possible snow in the New England Buffalo game. I feel like Drake May's been...
Trust Drake May more than you'll trust Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, after seeing last week, I mean, he could be set for a good bounce back week, and I could end up regretting this, but I think I just got to play the odds here, and the odds say go Drake May.
Yeah.
With a big announcement this morning, Quentin Johnson is not playing, and I knew he was questionable.
This is Sunday morning. Is this being filmed? Might be coming out Monday or Tuesday, probably Monday, but...
with that being said, I had Quentin Johnson starting, and then I pulled him because I was like, you know what, I like Jordan Addison against Dallas. Even with the QB struggles, I have a feeling that J.J. McCarthy's going to have a good game, and he tends to get the ball to Jordan Addison a lot.
It's kind of been his number one target.
Yeah. So with that being said, I am going to officially start Jordan Addison now. I was thinking about the Quentin Johnson, but he's been questionable every week.
He's for like 2 years now too.
Yeah. So, but this week, I mean, I got the message this morning that he is officially out. With that being said, I have him and Wan'Dale Robinson. Yes, I have them starting. Need a big week from him too. My wide receiver.
Who are they going up against?
They're going against Washington. So I got a good wide receiver. Like my matchups for the wide receivers, with not having great wide receivers, are very good. I'll take it.
Take what you can get at this point, because again, you just need to win this week and get yourself some prize pool.
At least get the prize pool back. That's what every team has a goal at the end of the year, and that is my goal, or that's, I should say, the beginning of the year. Was to at least get the buy-in back after Neighbors went down, and just no one staying hot at the same time. My running backs, I need them to kind of just do their thing, and if my wide receivers step up, there should be no reason I don't win this matchup.
Are you going up against the 1 seed, you said?
No, the 1 and 2 get by, so I would be going up against the 4 seed, so I would be the 6 seed, I believe.
Okay.
Because 3 and
5.
3 and 5.
Okay.
Right?
No, 3 and 6, and then 4 and 5.
4 and 5. So I'm the 5 seed. Okay. So I am on the road this week.
Yeah.
Yep. with a 48% chance to win. He did already have 3 players play between Emeka, Chase McLaughlin, and Tampa Bay's defense, which was huge for Atlanta, scoring that many points. He does have CMC, JSN, Caleb Williams, Henderson, Bowers, BTJ. So he's got quite the squad. I'm going to need A-Shane to step up tomorrow night. And I hate to say it, I do need a good game out of Kyren Williams.
Yeah. I mean, kind of going back onto the Emeka Egbuka there. Or Emeka Egbuka, I don't know how
I think
say
it's
his name,
Emeka.
but 10.4 PPR points. That was pretty good for us. That's kind of what we needed for like your league, enough to get us there. We kind of need the snow is going to help out AJ Brown a lot there. I think with not getting the ball a ton.
Yep.
It is still just Las Vegas, but it'd be nice if that was left on the minimum there.
I feel like it will be Jalen Hurts struggling last week. I feel like they're going to try to get Saquon Barkley moving as much as possible.
Especially in the snow and
a lot of movement. Could see Jalen Hurts moving a lot more. I think he'll have minimal action today. And that's great to hear.
Yeah.
We're going against RJ Harvey. I love that they're playing Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna be stuffed all day, and hopefully that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
I think our big problem is JSN and CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, for sure. Which, by the way, great wide receiver room for this guy.
Yeah, this guy's got quite the wide receiver room. Don't know how he is quite the. What seed is he? Is it the same thing there? 4-5 matchup?
I believe so. Yeah, 4-5 matchup.
4-5.
We are the 5. It's a 51%, 49% chance of winning. We have a 49% chance of winning. I mean, we need Gibbs to have a good day. We need Lamar to step up and play better than he did the first week against Cincy.
Yeah.
I like our chances if those two play well.
He had a good week for fantasy wise last week. So if we can get him passing the ball more, I will say certainly that's on. We need the coaching to step up over there. Let him pass and move out of the pocket more. Last week he was running more, and that obviously every yard helps that. But a sleeper one that we need Courtland Sutton to have a good day.
Yeah, he just needs, if he can get his projection, I'll be
projection is great, but if he finds the end zone today, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
I think our running backs will all do their thing. We cannot have another letdown week because this team is good.
His team is good. His team is good.
We cannot have another letdown week. We do have our defense going against Arizona and kicker Fairbairn also going against Arizona, so they should hopefully they get into the red zone a bunch and can't punch it in.
And now, let's say we win this week. Do we give Godwin the start over Egbuka?
I don't think that's crazy. I really don't.
I mean, he's been the last couple of weeks now. He's been kind of that guy, and Mike Evans coming back. Sure. So is Egbuka just kind of getting down in the depth chart a little bit with underperforming the last couple of weeks?
I would say he might be on for us. I will say that their focus is probably towards Emeka, and not as much Godwin, and the same thing with Evans.
Which, by the way, great game for Evans coming back. I mean, you don't see too many people coming back from an injury at his age, especially, and just go out there and have, what do you have? 6 receptions, 130 yards.
Yeah, they were targeting him a lot, so I feel like they're not as worried about him defensively. Yeah. So he's being left open.
Yeah. Because Atlanta has a sneaky good defense as well. I mean, they can.
But we got to worry about this week first. Got to get through them. Not much to talk about with the league that we run.
No, I mean, you're on a bye. I'm eliminated, so we can just kind of blow right past that.
Yeah, there's nothing to talk about there other than I hope my guys stay healthy during the bye week. Fantasy hockey. I mean, we picked up a win last week. I think we had talked about that in the last pod. I can't remember. We're about to pick up another win. And
bring us in 2 wins in a row. Bring us to 6-4.
Getting healthy within the last couple weeks has made it just that much of a difference. I mean, Pasta, you have to have him.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the best players in the league.
One of the scary things is McCann being on our team the last 2 years and now can't stay off the IR.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, we can put him on the IR, but there's a point where if we have other players that are better than him and we have to put him on IR, he might have to go.
Yeah,
and it'd be sad to see. But
it would be sad to see because you don't want to see your captain going down like that.
no, we
being
believe in loyalty, but at some point you have to do what's best for the organization.
Yeah.
Really excited to get into everything that we have for this week's episode. We have a great Keep 3 Cut 5, so make sure you guys stay tuned. We have a great draft. Tonight, you guys won't see this beforehand, but we do have our Wii Sports Best of 7 series. So what you will see if you missed last pod, which we recommend you go and watch, there is a punishment for the loser. Just to go over real quick, it's tennis, bowling, golf, 3 holes, baseball best of 3. If necessary, 3-point contest, boxing. I think we had those flip-flopped, right? No.
We did, yeah. We're going to go
So
through the
boxing. So we don't have to switch the games, right? And if somehow we get to a game 7, which there's actually a good chance, this at least is going to a 6-game series, probably.
Yeah, I think that. I don't think this goes lower than 6.
I don't think so either. And there's a very good chance this goes to 7. 7 would be a 9-hole Wii Sports Resort, which I have never, ever played.
I don't know if I've ever played the Wii Sports Resort golf.
Well, that's probably best. It's
like
playing a new course, So, like I said, you guys won't see this before we are live tonight on Instagram. But you stay tuned because the loser is eating the 1 chip challenge, and that's just it's gonna be brutal. We won't be posting that on the pod.
That'll probably be an Instagram post.
It'll be an Instagram post for sure. So make sure you guys are following Sideline Pod 313. We post some pretty cool stuff on there. Our Keep 3 Cut 5, in our draft. So make sure you guys are going there and voting on those. And do you have another league?
Yeah, it's just my dynasty league. I mean, just another year just battered with injuries. I mean, this team just can't stay healthy.
How are you on picks now?
We're doing much better now. I mean, getting rid of Justin Jefferson, I did it a couple weeks ago now, and that was the best. That was the best move I could have done.
That was a great
trade. I mean, he wanted Amon-Ra St. Brown originally, and I'm like, I don't know. I just wanted to keep Amon-Ra. He's the only Lions player I have on the team. He's a good fantasy option too, but especially in a PPR. And yeah, I was like, I'll give you Amon-Ra and a lower pick because Amon-Ra is technically lower value. And yeah, I mean, I got 3 first-round picks.
That's huge. And with the production that Justin Jefferson's showing, that's great value. And are they going to continue to keep playing JJ? You just don't know. So that's great value.
Yeah, I mean, I got a young squad for the most part. I got a lot of promise, but we made a couple of trades this year that'll help out in the future. Not as much for this year. Coming into the year, we went all in for the year, and Genty just hasn't had the rookie year I was expecting him to have. More so due to his coaching, quarterback, and offensive line than himself, because you can see that he's got the stuff.
We know he's got it.
Yeah, so I'm not too worried about that. But I did give up a lot of picks for him, so I mean, I'm just hoping he can have a real good breakout second year, and I think we'll be in a pretty good spot for the upcoming years.
Yeah, I believe so. That was a big trade for you. And speaking of a young core, how about these Red Wings, man? As of late, they have been phenomenal. I mean, they love themselves for West Coast.
They do love them. I mean, historically speaking, too, for the last couple of years now, I feel like anytime they have their West Coast trip, they're 3-1, 2-1, 4-1.
They always seem to have a very good trip, and obviously you're away on the West Coast trip, but I feel like we just don't get like 3 or 4 straight games at home.
No, it feels like we never do.
But I feel like I see other teams, and it might just be the Oilers. I feel like I see them always at home. They're never on the road. Same thing with Dallas.
Right. I mean, obviously everyone gets their 41 home games, 41 away games. But it just does feel.
It feels like the Cowboys. They're
always at home on prime time.
Yeah. Yep. There's not much to say there. The young kids are getting it done. What's his name? Van Riemsdyk.
He's been playing some real good hockey.
Really good hockey. Emmett Finney is playing very good hockey.
That entire line of Soderblom, Casper, and who's the third person on that line? Can't think of it right now. But that line, I mean,
it's not come.
No, I don't think it's another young guy. I think, but they haven't necessarily been putting the puck in the back of the net a ton. But they've been they've been playing a lot better hockey the last couple
They
of
have
weeks.
been, but
I think that's a big reason why they're winning.
I will say we're getting depth in scoring now.
Yes,
is something that we've struggled with in the past, and that kind of happens with our March struggles. So if we get into March and we have depth scoring, I feel like there's a really good chance we're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Very good. I mean, I don't like Connor Bedard and what he had said about Patrick Kane.
Yeah, you don't say that about Kane.
Tell fans of Chicago not to root for Kane is just, it's absolutely ridiculous. But good for Kane getting a goal and DeBrincat both getting a goal and an assist to each other.
Yeah.
So really, really good there, and a good 4-0 win last night.
Yeah, I mean that's 2 shutouts in the last 3 games now, 4 games now.
Gibson's been playing much better hockey.
I mean, that's what we traded him for, right? Yeah, he's been playing like the guy that we've been traded for. So
that's exactly what we needed. Talbot, I'm kind of sold on him. I haven't seen a good game from Talbot this year.
Yeah, maybe a couple at the beginning there, like in the first couple of games when they started off real hot, but.
Yeah, I just feel like that's the early season juice. Does he have the mentality to be mid-season? I mean, it's not really mid-season, but we're kind of getting to the quarter part. So I would like to see possibly Costa come up for Talbot and just let him work as a secondary goalie.
Yeah, I mean, he brings a life to the team too. I remember last year when they were the team was talking about saying, like, I think it was Larkin said he brings juice for us. Like
and you need someone like that in the locker room. I'm not saying that Talbot's like a bad locker.
No, I mean, I don't know how good a person he is inside the locker room or anything like that. I've never heard any locker room issues inside the Red Wings locker room.
No, I actually say we're probably one of the better,
Yeah. But it just feels like it gets to a point where the locker room doesn't matter as much as the performance on the team.
Yeah.
Because you can have a great locker room, but if your goalies can't stop a puck, then it's going to be very hard to win in this league.
And with that being said, we see that with the Tigers too. There's some guys, and one of those guys was Kilbadoo. He's a good locker room guy. He was very fun to watch on the field. When he first came onto the scene, he was a Rule 5 draft pick from us. And when he came out, first career at bat, hits a home run.
First career pitch.
I
remember watching that, and man,
was it the same game he had a grand slam? Did he have 2 home runs that game?
I can't. I think it was. I think it was the next game or in the next couple of games. But he was on a
tear to start his career.
Yeah,
and then he slowed down, and but he's a bad man. He is the
bad man. The bad man, Badoo.
Really happy for him. Not too many guys I can say that I'm happy where they signed somewhere else. Obviously, his time here was just kind of overdue. So good to see him with
a fresh start. Could bring back that rookie sophomore juice.
I really hope it does too. If there's anyone that deserves it, it's him. And you love to see stories like that, not like a high first round draft pick or whatever, see someone come through like that. Hopefully does good in Milwaukee. Chase Lee is gone now. I know we got another lefty.
Kind of,
which we needed. I mean, I know he's a minor leaguer, but
I mean, minor leaguer for minor leaguer, essentially. He's a AAA guy, though, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Yeah,
I will say we could use some lefties.
Which was why I was like, okay, I'm kind of happy with that deal. I mean, it's just righty for lefty. Get ourselves some more lefties in the depth chart just to have, because there's really only 2 on the roster.
Right.
There's 3 if you include a starter, but a starter can't come out of the pen in a high leverage situation.
Right.
In the regular season, at least. So you certainly need some more lefties to cycle through, especially with like Gunther kind of not being
not the best, and I feel like the only one I trust is Holton.
Yeah.
I don't trust really any of the other ones.
Brant Herter, I mean, he gets the job done, but he's not really a high leverage guy. He's like a long relief guy.
Yeah, we have one high leverage guy. And he wasn't even great at that this year as compared to the season before, where you could trust him in just about any situation. Hopefully he gets back to that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he was banged up a little bit or what it may be, but hopefully Tyler Holton gets it going again.
And the big signing, well, not big signing, but the re-signing of Finnegan to give Finnegan invest that huge 8-9 inning again, and then now adding Kenley Jansen. I mean,
I think Kenley Jansen's going to be great. I mean, he still gets the job done.
He does. I mean, that's a good 1-2-3 to have in the back.
It's much better than having Tommy.
Yeah.
And Tommy was on a 1-year deal,
Yeah.
correct? So I don't believe we re-signed Tommy or
Which
the
I would not
Tiny.
be totally opposed to giving him a re-signing, though. Give him like a low leverage bullpen role. He's a fifth, sixth inning guy when the starter has to come out early. I mean, you can't just be that good for half of a season and then be that bad for the second half and not get that back. So
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
even if he's just a
someone saying-
DFA candidate, halfway through the year type of thing.
some would say the same thing about the entire Tigers roster.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
sure.
that you just cannot have a collapse like that. And I know we were kind of talking about it last week. I don't know if it was just us or if this was on the podcast because we really just talk like this all the time. But I don't know how I feel about this team. I know it's a bad Central. So hopefully we can win it. But if we don't win the Central, I don't see this as a successful season.
Yeah, I mean, it's either win the Central or be a wild card and make the World Series.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to see a World Series for it to be successful. I don't think. I think if we're a wild card and we even make ALCS, I don't think that's. It's an improvement.
It's progress, but it's not what you want. It needs to be.
It's way too soon.
Especially if they are keeping Skubal and plan on or don't plan on re-signing him, whatever they might choose with that. You absolutely have to make a World Series with Skubal on your roster this year.
Yeah, I agree. And I think Troy Melton's going to have a good year.
I do too.
I'm really excited to see him next year.
He's one of those guys where I totally see him having like a rookie of the year type of year. I don't think he's eligible to be a rookie anymore.
I don't believe he is.
But he's one of those guys where I'm like, yeah, fire me up for Troy Melton.
Yeah.
But if he does have a bad year, I'm not going to hold it against. I can't hold it against him because he only has 3-4 career starts.
Yeah. Which he's had some pretty high leverage.
He has
winning game 1,
which is why he has such a high ceiling and expectation.
Yeah. To think he can go out and do that. I mean, having to go out there for one playoff game, that is a lot of pressure. But also having, a month span where you're throwing X amount of times,
right?
And then you get into July, August, like how good are you?
Right.
How consistent are you? I think that's going to be his biggest thing next year. And I hope that he can get it done for us.
Absolutely. Would
you like to? We kind of shied away from it when we were talking about football, but would you like to talk about your thoughts about the Lions matchup this week?
Yeah. I do think they cover the spread. I don't want to say if they win or lose just because historically speaking, it's been two really good games the last 2 times the Lions and Rams have faced. Obviously, this is a really good Rams team and a good but not as good as the last couple of years Lions team. I do think the Lions can win this. I don't know if they will or not. I do think they cover. But
what is the spread on this
game?
It's
-6 for the Rams. So I mean, it's the largest spread that I've seen for a Lions game going against them in several years now.
I do think though that they are playing the number 1 team in football.
Yeah, for sure, and which is why I can understand why it's a larger spread. But I think the Lions, that win against a hot Dallas team, I think could really fire up the locker room, fire up the guys, and be like, okay, we can still do this. So it could be one of those games where it's, this team is back type of game, or it could be one of those games where it's like, all right, it's just not their year. So
yeah,
we'll see how that goes.
I could see that too, but with the pattern that they've been on, they haven't won 2 straight, but they lost 2 straight.
1-1.
Yeah,
for the last couple weeks.
This would make sense as a loss. I mean, obviously they're playing who I think the best team in football is, and it's just kind of the par for the course of what they've been doing for the last month and a half. I believe this would be the 3rd loss to 3rd win.
I think it might be 4th loss to 3rd win, going back to because I think right now they're at 3-3.
Hopefully that changes. Some would say it's a big game, but some also would say that this is not the biggest game. I feel like that their playoff chances could come up down to the end of against Chicago.
I do think that game gets flexed into that Sunday night spot.
I do too.
And I think it's going to be
which I actually cannot believe. The Ravens-Packers game actually got moved to Saturday because I believe there's only like 2 games out on that Saturday, maybe 3.
Okay, yeah, the Christmas week one.
Yeah, week
Okay.
17.
Yeah.
So I was kind of surprised to see that, but it could end up being a good game. It's just because Lamar still a superstar, and I mean you have the Packers who have superstars. So it's still going to be a good matchup, I feel, and it's going to be an important game, at least for one team. Ravens have to come through here today at 1. They play Cincinnati. It's at Cincinnati. No T. Higgins this week, which is going to help the secondary out.
Yeah.
Really got to. I mean, I feel like if you can stop Jamar Chase, you have a very good chance. The defense has been holding its own for the most part. Within these few weeks or multiple weeks that they have won, they have to get it done, and they have to win this game.
And I mean, you can jump in here and tell me I'm stupid for saying this or not, but I almost feel like the Ravens are one of those offense where they got to work in reverse. They got to get the passing game going to get the run game going.
Yes.
I mean, if they can get the passing game going, and then that, I feel like, as odd as that might sound and incorrect it is in a football mind, I mean, it just kind of feels like if they have their passing game going, they're going to be able to run over everyone.
I believe that. I believe that's so as well. One thing I will say is you can tell that Lamar is hurt, and we've known this. We've talked about this the last few podcasts. You can tell he's hurt. He has not recovered fully from his injury from earlier in the season, and we need him to, because one of the biggest things that makes Derrick Henry such a threat in this offense is Lamar's legs as well.
Right.
And Lamar not being able to run or not really putting in any read option type style plays. It's kind of locking down everything, and so that's why I feel like you're correct. They do have to get the pass game going first,
right?
Which was looking better last week.
It was,
yeah, and hopefully they'll look if they start. In my mind, you start the pass game first, heavy here against one of the worst secondaries in football, and just try to attack that. Get a few stops. I mean, it's going to be a shootout one way or another, I feel. I don't see this being a low-scoring game, so I feel like you have to start quick and you have to start hard.
Yeah, it feels like whoever gets that first big stop is going to be the one to win that game. With that being said, I was thinking we do a little game here about the NFL. Call it Pretender or Contender. I've seen a couple of other guys do this. I thought it was pretty good idea, so I'm just going to read you off a couple of teams here.
We're both going to...
Yeah, you go first. I'll tell you what I think.
So is this so much of saying like what I feel like they would be in the playoffs?
Or
just kind of how scary that team
is. Scary that team is. So we're going to start off with the first team with the Denver Broncos.
I think they're a contender. I think they're very good. I know their offense struggles sometimes to get things going, but I do believe that defense is just so good. And it's a bunch of nobodies that will lock you down.
100% agree with that. I mean, they got Pat Surtain company over there, so I'm going to go contender as well. If their offense can be manageable, then they're going to win a lot of games in the playoffs. Especially because Denver's a hard place to play in.
It is.
With the elevation and the defense and all that.
It's serious there.
The next one we're going to go with is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Pretender. I know they had beat the Ravens earlier, but I do believe that they are just. I don't think they're as good as they should be. I feel like they could be better having Rice, and I know their defense is obviously not as.
And even Mahomes has been playing. I mean, he had a bad game last week. He's been playing well this year.
He's been better this year than he was last.
Right, and they're winning games, and they won.
They're a very weird team, but Travis Kelce he's has to now.
Yeah, I mean he's had a better year this year than last year as well, but it's still like he's just not the same guy he was 2-3 years ago. Yeah,
he is going downhill, and they're trying to make it that offense more around him.
Yeah, and it needs to be more around Rashee Rice.
Yes,
absolutely. And Xavier Worthy. The next one we're going to go with is the Buffalo Bills.
This one's hard, but I think they're a contender. I think this is the time that they go for the Super Bowl.
It's a wide open AFC.
It is, and I do hope they can get it done. I will say they're a contender. I think their offense is just too good. I think if their defense steps up, they're a lot like the Ravens. They just need their defense. They just can't get both to play at the same time.
Right. The next one we're going to go with is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I actually, after seeing how good their offense looks, and Rodgers actually still throws a good ball.
Yeah.
He still throws a good deep ball. I'm actually going to put them in the contender category. I still think they're good, and even if somehow, which is still possible, both teams, the Ravens and the Steelers, make the playoffs, that'd be a great matchup for one. But I do see them as a good threat. I don't think they've been using DK Metcalf correctly all season until last week. And I think they have a good running back duo. I do think they're going to struggle now without TJ Watt. I don't know how long he's going to be out for.
Hopefully he gets a speedy recovery and is back even next week. Well, maybe in 2 weeks, actually. I wouldn't mind him not playing against the Lions, but hope he's okay.
Me either.
But yeah, I'm also going to go with contender. I think Aaron Rodgers still got it. The defense, if TJ Watt is healthy, is definitely good enough to contend. The offense can get the job done, especially if Aaron Rodgers is playing well. If they make the playoffs, I do think they are a contender. The next one we're going to go with is the Indianapolis Colts. Pre-Daniel Jones injury, we're going to just talk about that first.
Pre-Daniel Jones injury? I'm saying contender. Daniel Jones was on a downfall anyway. We kind of saw it. But I think that the offense was still great. You still have Jonathan Taylor. You still have Pittman, and Pittman was improving. He's been playing better. When you have both of those things working well for you, and Jonathan Taylor's just one of the best running backs and best pass catching running backs as well. I'd still put them in the contender, but now
let's put a big question mark and come back to that and see how Phillip Rivers plays this week. Houston Texans.
I honestly, every time I see them, they're in a close game. But I think they're pretenders. I don't think they're really that good. I think CJ Stroud is severely overhyped and has never been as good as he should, or said he was
since his rookie year.
Yeah, I mean he's done nothing.
I do think they are a contender simply just because of how good their defense is. Their offense, if they can be manageable, then I think they have a really good chance. But yeah, I'm going to go with a contender if they make the playoffs again. Last team we're going to do in the AFC is the Los Angeles Chargers.
The Chargers. It's hard not to think of just playoffs for this one, but I do think they're. I think they're pretenders. I think Herbert's good. I think the defense is solid, but I feel like they just can't get things done. As much as you think that squad should.
Right.
But Ladd McConkey has been playing much better. I think that's why Quinn Johnson's, statistics have declined and overall performance has declined. But I don't take them as a serious team.
I do think that they need a true wide receiver one.
I do too.
Ladd's a really good wide receiver, but I think he's a really good wide receiver too. I don't think he's wide receiver one type for a quarterback like Justin Herbert. So I also do think that they are a pretender. I think they're a good football team, not a great football team.
I think they need to get into drafting wide receivers.
Yeah, big time. So we're going to move on to the NFC now. There's only a couple teams I want to talk about over here. The first one we're going to start off with is the Dallas Cowboys.
I don't think their defense is good enough. Their offense is good sometimes. But overall, I think they're a pretender. I don't think they can get the job done in big games. Their cute little win streak was fun, but now that's over.
Yeah, I also think they're a contender just because of how bad the defense is. I mean, they have a really good offense and
pretender.
They've been playing. Yeah. Sorry. They've been playing better the last couple of weeks, but I do think that they are still a pretender. The next one we're going to go with is, I guess we'll say the Carolina Panthers. I mean, they're technically on top of the division right now.
Listen, I don't think this is crazy. I think they're more of a contender. than the Cowboys are. 100%.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that.
I think they're more. This one might be even a little bit crazier. I think they are more of a contender than Philadelphia is.
I'm going to agree with you 100% because my next team I was going to go to is Philly, and I think that they are the biggest pretenders in.
Listen, I still think they're I think they're a contender. I'm not saying that they're not, but for me, I think Carolina is a better contender than them. Bryce Young there's no one that deserves it more than Bryce Young. I'm happy for him. When you really know some of these guys off the field, you kind of see how they interact. It's hard not to just like them.
Right.
Sure, if they're playing your team, you kind of have to root against them. But there's some guys like Josh Allen I'd love to see win a Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
I like Stafford too. So if my team's not, some of these guys, and Bryce Young's probably my second favorite quarterback in the NFL, behind Lamar Jackson, and putting Lamar Jackson away, I'd say Josh Allen.
Yeah. Okay.
And Bryce Young. But I do think Rico's had such a good outburst this year onto the scene, and having the backup of Chuba Hubbard is just
that's a good one too. That's a good one too.
I think Bryce Young can get it done over there. I do think they're more of a contender than Philly.
Yeah, I can totally get behind that argument. I don't know if I'd go quite that far myself, but I do think that Philly is one of the bigger pretenders in there just because of how good they're supposed to be. And they really can be that team, but I feel like they haven't shown that this year.
No.
It just feels like they haven't had a game all year or against a decent team that both sides of the ball is playing well.
Everything's clicked, yeah.
So I'm going to go pretender for Philly, and I'm going to go slight contender for Carolina.
Okay.
We're going to do 2 or 3 more teams here. We're going to do we'll go with the Lions next.
The Lions, just over what I've seen of the last few months, I'm putting them in the pretender spot. I do think they go out and they blow out bad defenses, and that's how it should be done. But when it's just these big games, I can't. They're not winning them, and then they're 1-1 like we said over the last few weeks. So I can't put them in a true contender spot. I think I can only put 3 teams in the NFC in the contender spot.
For me, they're the kind of team that if they make the playoffs, they're 100% a contender because they're definitely talented enough and they have a good enough coach and a good quarterback and a good enough offense for sure. But it's just, are they going to make the playoffs is the big question, which is why I can't fully put them in the contender spot.
Yeah.
So, but if they make the playoffs, I mean, anything can happen, and they're certainly a good enough team. They're certainly better than some of the other teams in the wild card right now.
Yeah.
If you ask me, but it's just
like I said, absolutely. But absolutely, like I said, I do think that there's only 3 teams I truly believe that are contenders, maybe 4 in the NFC that could actually get the job done. Obviously, the Rams. I truly believe in Carolina upsetting everyone. I see Seattle and I see San Francisco.
The Rams and the Seahawks are really the only 2 that I can firmly say, like, yeah, those teams are really good teams.
That's like the safe
Yeah.
of the 2. I don't see Green Bay in there, actually.
I don't either. They just haven't played good. Kind of the same thing with Philly. They've been better than Philly, but kind of the same thing where it's like, they haven't really had anyone, both sides of the ball, playing well for,
right,
a full game or 2 games in a row.
Right. And I just think San Fran's offense is just so good.
Yeah,
I mean, if their defense plays good, I think they are one of the sneakier, scary teams.
The only reason that I can't quite put San Fran I'm going to put them in the contender, just because of how versatile Christian McCaffrey is, and the offense is good, and the defense is good.
Having Brock Purdy back,
but it's just they're just so hurt. Like they have a lot of their entire big stars on defense are hurt, so it's really hard for me to confidently say contender, but I am going to say soft contender, just because they are still a well-coached team, a good team. Just kind of a lot of injuries, which sucks. But going to the last team we're going to talk about is the Chicago Bears.
Chicago Bears. I'm putting them in the Pretender. What I saw last week is all I needed to see. Against a good team, and I know that they beat Philly, but can you say Philly is one of those top teams? Really, I can't. But seeing them against the Packers, who have won twice against the Lions, and then just have it coming up. I mean, we knew Caleb Williams was going to throw that pick. I feel like that was like
it was like, you can check that box right now.
Yeah. And it was bad to see because he did have DJ Moore right underneath. So I'm putting them in the Pretenders.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they've had a fun little Linsanity run, but
I still see them in the playoffs. So
they've had way too many turnovers or takeaways, I should say, than they're expected to have, and I just feel like that's not sustainable. Especially with how bad Caleb Williams has been. I mean, yes, he hasn't turned the ball over a ton, other than that real big crucial one there on the last play of the game, but he has not been good. He's passing at like a 60% rate, maybe even lower. But especially on the run, he can move, but on the run he's terrible at finding an open receiver and completing the pass.
I do think Caleb Williams, he's probably one of the best at escaping, I would say, and it's not something I was kind of expecting from him. But yeah, I put them in the Pretender spot. But let's kind of get off topic here, and let's talk a little bit about some food. Because last night we went to dinner, and it was a good dinner.
It was a good dinner.
Lately, I've been trying to find a 10 out of 10 salmon, and I have a few spots. One of them, I think my favorite right now, is the place that we had when we were up north, Sugar Springs. I'm not really sure what the sauce was on top of it, so I'm gonna have to have it again when we go back. But that mixed with the tater tots, it was just one of the best salmons. It was cooked right. I just can't remember the sauce that was on top of it. That's probably one of the only ones I think that's the only one I have over 8.5. I'm looking for the 10 out of 10 though. The barbecue I had last night was good. I think I put in the 7.2. With a barbecue sauce on top, it's okay. But I think that I kind of like it a little with something a little bit sweet. It could be spicy too, like kind of like that first one that I had up north when I first started this series. It was had a little bit more kick to it than most. But this barbecue sauce was just kind of smoky. If it was something like a little sweeter, I think it could have been good. I think if it was a little bit of a sweeter, maybe like I don't really know many different kinds of barbecue sauce that'd be sweeter. Maybe kind of like some, I don't know, sweet peppers. Well, even that, I don't know if it was, I don't know, maybe like there's mango.
Yeah, okay.
There's stuff like that, like maybe a fruity type, or like a sweet and sour. Something of the sort could have raised it to a 7.9. I feel it was just very smoky barbecue sauce.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I also got a chicken Caesar salad last night, and
it looked good.
It was a really good chicken Caesar salad. The chicken was real nicely cooked. It had like the crispy edges, but not burnt, and our moms say, "Oh, isn't that just a girl dinner?" And I want your opinion. Is a chicken Caesar salad a girl dinner? Am I wrong for this one?
Listen, I don't think this is a terrible, crazy, like wild thing to say.
No, certainly not. But
it's definitely not a girl dinner.
No,
I feel like to put like a stereotype that is a girl dinner. Most foods, I would say, I would say more drinks would be girl.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think there's a food, not that I can think of at least. There's a food that would be a girl dinner.
No, I mean, I had a side of fries with it.
Yeah, how were those fries?
Those fries were good.
They were good. I will say
they were good.
Restaurant fries are better fries, obviously.
Yeah,
but
100%.
I just really don't touch like fast food fries at all. So, but those did look good.
Yeah, I thought about getting the tater tots last night. I did, but I pivoted last second in my brain to go to a fry.
Honestly, I did. I thought fry and tots. But with the thing of salmon, it's just like it's not like a huge piece. Pretty much anywhere you go, it's usually just like that one kind of. It's filling.
Yeah,
and you just wouldn't think it, but it is very filling. But I think that's probably number 3 right now for ones I've had. It was very good. It was cooked well. They did have 3 different kinds of salmon there, so
yeah.
we'll have to go back.
Go back and try that.
The one that we had at Parlay, I think I talked about it previously on one of our pods. Very good. It was like had the brown sugar. It was just more sweet, and I feel like I enjoyed the more sweet. But I also feel that something a little smoky is fine. But I also like the a little bit spicier, so maybe I'll like the spicy one that they had there.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to trying some more foods and talking about more types of foods. To talk about on this pod.
Yeah, we definitely should definitely get into some more reviews. I feel like.
Yeah, so I like that. Maybe almost
let us know if you guys would like to see.
Put it as a little segment right before the drafts and the Keep Your Cut 5. Maybe something new that we tried this week, or just something that we had we really want to shout out.
Yeah, absolutely. That being said, we're gonna give you guys 10 seconds here. Go ahead and follow our Instagram, please. We're trying to grow it. It's Sideline Pod 313. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube and follow us on Spotify. And make sure you guys keep an eye out, because 2 to 3 days after we post the podcast, you will see you will have the opportunity to vote. So if you guys listen to the pod day it comes out, or whatever it may be, we highly recommend you listen to it and then vote. That way you'll have a couple days to think who had the better draft. With that being said, go ahead and do all 3 of those things for us, please, and then leave a like. I do have a sell this week. Do you have a sell?
I do not. I don't have any buys or sells this week.
So I actually have 2, but one is gonna wait here. Let me see if I have this one. There it is. So one of my things I cannot stand is press conferences after a game when they have their kid come up to them. And I feel like people are going to say, oh, you just hate kids. That's not the case here. Having the kid come up on the presser, it feels like such a cop-out that, like, these reporters aren't going to ask you these questions, like certain questions that you might not want to answer. But I also feel like it's kind of like a thing where you're trying to make yourself like look like a good dad, or if it's WNBA or whatever it may be, but you try to look like a good mom, whatever it is. I hate it. I think you keep the kids off. I think it's kind of unprofessional. I think it's just more of a way to kind of get attention around your name. I really don't like it. I think the kids need to stay off the pressers. I want to know your thoughts on.
You see, I'm just thinking there's like 1 or 2 that I have in my mind where it's like they can be really cute and sentimental and all that, but I do understand what you're saying, because personally I don't see it necessarily as like a way out of asking questions, but I can understand where you're coming from with, like, because they're definitely not going to be as, like, a reporter's job is to be critical, right? So I guess they're not going to be necessarily as harsh when they have a kid there. So I can understand that, but to a certain extent, I mean, there really isn't a reason to have your kids there.
I don't think so.
There's a time and place.
I feel like this is the only job where you have that. Like, if you had like this is basically an interview. So if you went into an interview with your kid, that's a problem.
Yeah, right.
I see it as the same thing. It's an interview. This is their job. This is their profession. Just because they're NFL stars or whatever it may be, NBA stars, they get to have their kids out there. I just feel like it's unprofessional, and people might not like that take, but
Sure.
I'm really selling that hard, and I don't have a buy this week, but you don't have a buy or a sell, do you? You don't have a buy
No,
yourself.
I don't.
I kind of had a buy, but we had already mentioned a Kilbadoo signing. I'm just really happy for him. So we're going to talk about this here. Skubal to the Dodgers. Is it going to happen?
I hope not.
I don't. I hope not too. I really could see a possible lockdown if he is.
You see, if Skubal gets traded, I'll be sad, but I can understand the business side of it.
Right.
But I cannot understand the idea of giving it to any American League contender or the Dodgers. Give it to, like, I understand, package to get for him and all that, but at the end of the day, we need to make sure that baseball doesn't get shut down.
Yeah, and with them just getting Edwin Diaz, it's just, I'd hate to see Skubal over there. There's 3 teams I'd hate to see Skubal on. Dodgers is one of them. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see him in Seattle, and I don't want to see him in
Pinstripes.
Right there.
Yeah. Right there. Those are my exact 3 teams too. If I were to add a 4th team, it'd probably be Boston. Mostly because I would not want to have to face Garrett Crochet and Skubal in back-to-back days.
Yeah, that's just,
that'd be terrible.
What I say is the 2 best pitchers in baseball.
Yeah, at least in the American League.
Definitely in the American League. I take Crochet over Skeens.
What about Yamamoto?
I take him over Yamamoto.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly, it's more of the lefties because I feel like a lot of lefty bats in the MLB are the better bats.
Yeah, for sure. They're definitely more. I feel like there's more stars to the
lefty side. So I'm taking a star lefty over it
for sure.
And that's my reason behind that. You see, you get a righty. You have Paul Skeens, right? You have Yamamoto. They're great quarterbacks, really good quarterbacks, really good pitchers, really good pitchers. But they're just facing a lefty. Sometimes the batter is just better, and I'd love to see the lefties. I'm a big lefty guy.
Yeah. I mean, there's something special about like a left-handed swing and a left-handed pitcher. Yeah. It's just maybe it's because they're slightly more rare than a right-handed pitcher or a right-handed hitter, but it's a lot prettier. It feels.
Sure.
They do feel just that much more dominant as well. On top of it, but hopefully Skubal's not a Dodger. If anywhere, he's a Met or
hopefully it's something where we get something nice for him. I really just don't see any world where he's a Tiger the following season or even the second half of this year. If he's a Tiger for the second half of this year, we have to sign him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we lose.
Yeah.
And Scott Harris he should not have a job if we have him for the second half of the year and we do not sign him.
Without a World Series at the least. If we go out and make a ton of trades at the deadline, like to help out the team, and and we offer Skubal the contract he wants, and he still doesn't sign, I'm not going to hold that against Scott Harris if it comes with the World Series, or at the very least a World Series berth.
Yeah, yeah. Like we said, but we got to get objective number 1 done, and that is win the Central. Mm-hmm. We cannot have a collapse like last year. Mm-hmm. If we have a collapse like last year, there's going to need to be some real talks about pretty much emptying a lot of spots.
A little off topic here, but do you think Steven Kwan is gone before the start of the season?
I'm not really too sure. I'd love to not see him. He is a good baseball player, but he's one that I really dislike.
Yeah, I can't.
He's up there with Naylor.
And it's almost not even his fault for Steven Kwan. It's just because he plays for Cleveland.
I would say, with that being said, he does play for Cleveland, so that is much worse. But Naylor also played in Cleveland.
That's why I don't like Naylor, because he played for Cleveland, and then because I didn't like the way he
just the way
I don't know
way he acts.
The way he acts on the field really bothers me.
And I'm not for like the whatever you want to do with cleats is fine, but the sparkling belt is
the sparkling belt. I thought was weird. Yeah,
the shoes, the cleats, it's whatever.
Sure. Yeah, you want to be flashy. Get yourself some jewelry.
It's like
it's just unprofessional.
It is, severely.
Yeah.
Well, last thing I want to get into here before we get into our favorite part, and that is the Keep 3, Cut 5, and the draft, is who do you see? We're not going to touch why Michigan coach was fired, but Sharon Moore is done there. He wasn't really, 9-3 is not bad, but
No, it's not bad,
like
but
I feel like someone else needs to be in there.
yeah,
There needs to be a new
there's
voice.
definitely. I feel like the biggest problems was not taking enough risks. I know some people think that Bryce Underwood shouldn't have been the starter, which I'm not going to go into whether he should have or shouldn't have been. I don't know as much as some other people going into that because I've read half the people saying he should have been, half the people saying he shouldn't have been because he's still, an 18-year-old freshman. But if you are going to have an 18-year-old freshman as your quarterback, you need to know that it's okay to take risks. You don't need to baby him still. He still has shown a lot of promise, and you can see that he can be good. It's just you need to know how to use him, I guess.
Yes.
Because he is a dynamic quarterback. He can run, he can throw. He's obviously got a lot of progress to make still, and there's a lot of room to grow.
So I got two things for Bryce here. One of them is, which I agree, they should have let him do more this year,
especially in the not as important games against like the not as good teams. Like let him air it out. Like I really hope. Sorry for cutting you off, but I really hope in this bowl game that has zero meaning to anything. They just say, "Hey, let it rip, buddy."
Yeah, I think that I honestly think they will, but I also think that there's a possibility that they don't. The only thing I could possibly be thinking is, but it's between two things: is he not showing something at practice that is like you're afraid to use him,
right?
Or are you afraid that he's a freshman, he's gonna make freshman mistakes, right? He's gonna those things are gonna happen, and you just can't expect a freshman quarterback to come up and just be phenomenal,
right?
Not every quarterback is just that generational. Like you don't see that often.
No, very rarely do you ever see a first year true freshman quarterback
that just comes
out and is a Heisman winner or
so
beats Ohio State.
Exactly. With that being said, do you think that they're worried about him making mistakes and that getting to his head?
Potentially. I mean, that's what I personally would think it is, but just because I think when I like the way I'm thinking about it is like for me for baseball, like at the beginning of the year, especially not as much towards the end of the year, but at the beginning of the year, our coaches are like very timid to play some of the freshmen, or at least like leave them in as long type of thing. But towards the end of the year, middle and end of the year is kind of like when you can learn if you can trust them or not. And I know football's a much shorter season than a baseball season is, so it's a lot harder to tell in game. But it comes to a point where you need to say you're gonna make mistakes. It's gonna happen that you're gonna make mistakes, no matter what age you are. It's just gonna be how big of a mistake is it gonna be, and is it gonna be in an important enough game? So if you were going to I don't think Michigan was ever going to beat Ohio State this year as much as I wanted to say that they could have at the beginning of the year or end of the year.
I do think this team is better than last year's.
But I think they would have had a much better chance if they would have let Bryce make mistakes in the beginning of the year, just because he would be able to learn from his mistakes and get better because of it. Like you're not going to get better if you don't make the mistakes.
Honestly, I agree there too. But I did see like a lot on too much on Twitter of people saying that if they had what's the running back's name?
Justice Haynes.
That they would have won that game.
I'm not going to say that I think they would have won.
That would have made a difference.
I do think it makes a difference because even if him and Jordan Marshall were both healthy, let's just say, even the first couple of drives when Jordan Marshall was healthy, it was already a different vibe to the game. And then he went down. It's like, okay, they can really just stop the run. And that's all we had for the entire game.
So it just sounded like I just kept seeing like a bunch of what ifs, and
that's always going to happen, unfortunately, with fans. They're always going to say the what if. What if we were healthy? What if this play was called right or blah blah blah.
Right. Yeah. With that being said, we'll go ahead and get into the Keep 3 Cut 5, which you did get a B on last week.
According to our final
graders. What we do is we take the top. Yeah. So we will say that you had a B last week. There was a lot of A's, so we'll probably go, but there was the same amount of A's as C's. So I would say, there's the same amount of A's as C's.
Okay,
so I'm going to keep it in a B. Yeah. Which very good draft, I think. I would have swapped out McDonald's with something else, but What do we have this week?
This week we are doing jersey NFL or all sport jersey combos. So it's like,
Are you gonna be able to show the fans?
I'll show both you first, and then I'll announce it, and then show the camera. Give it I'll get up there a little bit closer if we need to as well. So we got 8 different jerseys here from. I think we have 2 from each of the 4 major sports, just to help you out a little bit there. And so, to start us off here, we are going to go with the classic white Yankees pinstripes as our first jersey.
I don't think there's anything special about it unless you're from New York. That's a cut. I think that's a pretty easy cut from me. I don't. It's not a great looking jersey, and I don't love the pinstripes. I'm
not a huge pinstripe fan.
I'm not, and I really think that jersey has no meaning to anyone unless you're from New York.
Other than, I can understand it. It is a pretty plain jersey, but it is just like a very iconic jersey.
Which will say it's iconic, but I'm just not with it.
Sure. Man. Yeah, sure. The next one we're going with is what is now the throwback 76ers jersey.
Oh, that's an easy keep there.
Yeah, I do think this is one of my favorite basketball jerseys out there. It's a really cool jersey.
That is my second favorite basketball jersey of all time.
Yeah, it's a really cool one. Yeah, it's a really cool. Sorry, actually, I deleted one of my pictures here. It's a really cool jersey that is fun to. It's fun. It's a fun jersey. It's cool.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I saw this this thing with LeBron talking about how he played for so long that the 76 throwback jerseys were just jerseys back when he started his career.
Swag.
Yeah, so it was pretty funny when I saw that. Yeah. So getting into the next jersey we have here, we are going to go with the orange creamsicle Tampa Bay Bucks jerseys.
The best jersey in all of sports is this jersey right here. That is the keep. And that is my favorite jersey of all time. Any sport, anything, that is my favorite jersey. It's just so clean. Really like that.
The next one we're going with here is the Kelly Green Eagles jerseys.
Those are horrific, man. That's an easy cut. Honestly, I don't think Philadelphia has a good jersey at all. Any of them.
I like these ones more than I like any of the other ones, but they're all just kind of too basic.
We did say it's everything, and the helmet is just brutal.
Yeah,
I get the idea, but it doesn't work.
I do like this color of green, but I'm not a huge fan of the helmet, and the pants are just. I feel like if they would have went with like a full color rush, it would have been a lot cooler.
I don't like this because I still have 3 cuts and only 1 keep. I just don't like the order.
The next one we have here is the Miami Heat Miami Vice jersey, the white one specifically.
It's a good jersey, but there is just a lot of white in it. So I'm gonna cut it. A very respectable cut, probably definitely my best cut, I would say. I don't think it's anything super special. You've kind of seen a bunch of Miami Vice jerseys now. It was cool when one team did it, but now every team has one. So gonna have to cut it.
The next one we have here is the Anaheim Ducks Mighty Ducks jerseys.
Believe it or not, I really just don't like these jerseys that much. But they are iconic, and I'm not saying I dislike the jersey, but it's not good enough to keep, and I think one of these next 2 is going to be a better keep.
The next one we have is the Chicago White Sox, their old South Side black jerseys with the white pins.
Oh, it's such a decision here. I mean, whatever the next one is a keep or a cut. Man, let me just get a good look at those. Yeah, I forgot how good those were with the white belt.
Which even their new ones, the Chicago Bulls ones, they're cool, but they're this one. This one's much cooler.
I think the South Side being written on it is just so cool. I'm going to have to keep it.
We are keeping the South Side. Now, if you realize I did not put any Detroit sports teams on here yet.
Yet means that this next one is a Detroit sports
This
team.
next one is, in fact, a Detroit sports team, and it's probably the best Detroit sports team jersey out there, if you ask me. It is the Red Wings Stadium Series jersey, or the Winter Classic jersey.
Oh, you went to the Winter Classic, too. Oh,
and unfortunately, I think this one's Winter Classic.
Was that last year?
No, this was a couple years ago, like 20 or 2000 something.
I would have said, I thought you were going to go the jerseys that we have this year.
I thought about going with the Centennial jerseys, but
so I thought you were going, and then I thought it was going to be the Stadium Series. I absolutely would have flipped those two.
This is 100% my favorite Red Wings jersey ever, and it's definitely my favorite Detroit sports jersey.
It's one of the best.
I want this jersey and a Pavel Datsyuk.
That they do have the best jerseys out of any of the Detroit teams.
I do think that they're standard, out of talking just normal jerseys, I think the Red Wings normal home jerseys are the best hockey jersey in.
I think we are the most iconic.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping the 76ers, the orange cream from Tampa Bay, the 76ers black jersey, which you all see on Sideline Pod 313 on Instagram. You will see every picture posted on there, and then you'll give me a grade on all of those.
I'm not going to give it a grade. I'm gonna also go vote in the comments on what I think you got there.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to influence the viewers on what they're going to vote here. So yeah, I mean, I think it was pretty good though.
I think between
there's one or two that I would have flipped, but that's just because I know the list.
Yeah, the only one I would have flipped would have been Southside and
the Wings Winter
Classic. I think that's a great jersey, but I do think I have the best overall jersey that's out there on there, and especially with that helmet. I really love that helmet.
It's a cool helmet.
That being said, killed me last week. Absolutely destroyed me in the draft. I'm not going to take a shot at you guys, but I feel like you guys are underappreciating Bill Russell, and the fact that we went career-wise. And that's okay. Look to bounce back here. I have a proposal for you before we get into this. Starting today on this one right here, would you like to start keeping track until our final pod of the year next year? Loser has a challenge, which we have plenty of time to think of now. Would you like to accept that challenge?
I like that.
All right, we'll shake on that right here. We have proof. We have our notes. We'll keep track how the series goes this year.
Mm-hmm. And I do get the first pick since I won the last draft, and we don't have another game to help determine for this week.
Yes.
But, so with my first pick, I am going to go with the Ghost Orange Cream.
We are doing energy drink flavors.
I don't believe so. We are doing energy drink flavors for this week's draft. We're just doing 5 this week.
Yeah, we're doing 5 this week.
So, specifically the Ghost Orange Cream is what I'm going to go with for the first one.
Probably going to see a lot of ghosts on here. Those are
our best flavors.
Yeah. With that being said, I'm going to go with the Straw Bango. Currently my favorite, and I think the best overall ghost out there right now.
That one I still have to give a try. I'm really excited to.
It's a very good flavor.
Yeah.
Ghosts happening right now. I got cherry limeade action.
I have this electric limonade. Tastes a lot like a Sprite.
It
tastes pretty much a Sprite.
I really compare that one to a McDonald's Sprite of all, because McDonald's got a little something.
It's a little extra sauce to it. You got a little extra fizz to it almost. Man, there's a lot of good energy drinks. I'm just going through looking at some of them. So I get an idea.
Honestly, this probably could have been a 7, but I like the 5 here.
Yeah. Man, that's a lot of good energy drinks.
Just the fact that we like them all, the majority of them, it's like we would just be listing it. So I feel like we really have to shorten the list so we can make it.
The next one here, I'm going to try the Rice pink lemonade one. Is it sour pink lemonade? Or
I think it's sour pink lemonade. It might be pink lemonade, but it's a solid one. Not one I go to often, but will drink absolutely. Staying in the same category, I'm going Rise Cotton Candy.
Yeah, that's another really good one. I don't get that. I don't get Rise enough because I don't find them very often.
The best stores to go to for those are 100% the Wilds. I really don't ever see them anywhere else. I've had to order them But other than that, yeah, that's a really good spot to get them.
Yeah. And I'm just
It's
all
tough.
these energy drinks are so good.
They're very good.
Oh, they have a blue raspberry, a ghost.
That yes,
Is
yes,
it good?
they do. I've
Probably
never
really
tried it.
good.
I've not tried it.
It's probably really good.
That one's on the newer side, I
Yeah.
believe.
Okay. Well, they also have a Bubblicious cotton candy. Sorry for getting off topic. I'm just looking at some of these energy drinks. They look really good. The next one I'm going to go to is the Ghost Red, White, and Blue. Is it? American Pop?
Bomb Pop.
Bomb
I
Pop?
think it's something of the sort. It's
Call it
really
Bomb
good.
Pop.
Got a lot of flavor in it.
It does,
and that's what you need.
I love a Bomb Pop too. So it's
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very good flavor. That being said, I'm gonna go with the Ghost Grape.
that's a good one.
I love myself grape flavored things.
Yeah.
So that's just one of the best out there.
Yeah.
Getting down to our final two picks here.
I'm trying to get a picture of this one because I know what it's called, but I want to show the viewers. I know this one's probably not going to be all that popular. I'm going to go with the Amino Energy Strawberry.
Let me see that one.
That one. It's the one. It's my go-to.
It is.
It's really nice. It's the juicy strawberry, Optimum Nutrition. I recommend giving it a try. Not a ton of caffeine in it, but really good taste. It doesn't make you jittery at all. You can double up on them if you really need.
Sure.
It's a good one.
It's a good pick. That being said, I'm gonna go with the tropical mango Ghost. Which, if anyone really needs to see that, just kind of this orange one is not particularly popular all the time. Don't always see. I used to see it all the time, but now that there's so much more.
Yeah. With my last pick, I'm gonna go back to Rice here and go with the Sunny D pack.
Yeah, that was my next pick. I tried to save it. I tried to go one more round. That's a great pick.
But tastes exactly like Sunny D.
It does. It's really good. And I'm kind of stuck between a Rise here and a Ghost. But I think I'm gonna go with the Rise, the blue Kool-Aid one.
Yeah.
Which is just phenomenal. Which I'm pretty sure they have two Kool-Aid ones now. So
do they?
Yeah. But the one I was stuck between, and it'll go into my honorable mentions. You won't see on the Instagram. Was going to be the Ghost iced tea. It tastes just like an Arnold Palmer.
Yeah,
I love that one.
See,
I know you're not that big of a fan of
it. It's odd for me. Like I like it, but I can't drink a full one.
Yeah,
yeah.
That one's also a harder find.
Yeah,
very excited. I heard there's a 7-Up one coming up Ghost.
Yeah, the rumored root beer one, which I'm
NW root beer too.
That one could be dangerous. That could be dangerous.
Yeah. And I know Rise has their root beer float one out now.
Mm-hmm.
With this one tasting just like a Sprite, and 7-Up and Sprite being so similar.
Yeah.
Starry, whatever you call it now.
Yeah, I wonder if this one's going to end up getting discontinued here, or not, just because of how similar I imagine they're going to be.
Yeah. Maybe it's a little bit different, but those were just rumors, but they might be true because the one that they just came out with was the grape cran, which I'm very excited to try. Hopefully those are true. I know the grape cran is, but I'd love to see the root beer and the 7-Up.
Yep. So again, we'll leave both the Keep 3 Cut 5 so you can grade it and the drafts on the Instagram page so that you guys can vote who won the draft.
Your vote means everything because the vote determines who wins that week and who gets the first pick. Obviously, we just shook hands. There'll be a challenge at the end of next year, which we do have a challenge that you guys will see this before one of us has to do the challenge. Hopefully, it's this guy to my right. In a 7-game series of Wii Sports, which you'll see tonight on our Instagram. So yeah, make sure you guys are following that as we post a lot of things on there. We post on our story a lot. You'll see updates there more often, and then you'll see pod things posted on there. So make sure you guys go vote for the Keep 3 Cut 5. Go give that a grade. And then the draft, make sure you guys go ahead and vote for that. That being said, that was another great podcast. Good episode number 8, I believe.
I think it is episode number 8.
Very, very good podcast, and I'm excited to get to the stream tonight, and then watch you eat that chip next week.
Yeah, I mean, hey, best of luck to you. I know it's going to be a hard-fought battle for the both of us, and I'm excited to go out there and compete tonight.
Yep, me too.
Hey, thank you guys for watching, and we'll be back soon.